Hey everyone, welcome to the MatMadik cast channel. Let's just jump right into Tyson James' death row. Yes, a famous term in the hip hop world. Without further ado, let's get it. All right, lovely chair. Oh dear. Ah, chase the crown, don't stop. Chase the crown. I think he's talking about something heavenly because he's a Christian rapper. But sorry, people. I'm just getting my mind's getting bombarded with memories of Chris Brown of all people. And for the record, I don't dig Chris Brown, but anyway, I remember I did a reaction to Chris Brown once, and his fans didn't appreciate that, so I stayed clear of him. But I didn't appreciate Chris Brown either. So anyway, what I'm trying to say, you remember Chris Brown's video, "Only"? I think he did with Minaj. I think Lil Wayne was in it, and Drake. Um, and he was peeking through the curtain like he was crazy because he is. Anyway, and then you had Chris Brown in the video with Joyner Lucas, where he was being electrocuted in a death chair, well, essentially being executed in a prison, pretty much through various means. And he's had the same getup as Tyson has here with the orange jumpsuit. I gotta say, one thing about Tyson is that he's very much a dude who I think prides himself on the production of the video. And oh my god, excuse me. Anyway, um, yeah, he and his wife, I believe, they put a lot of time and effort into getting the look very good. The sound is great, but I'm gonna try and focus on the bars. It's very easy to get distracted with the quality of his production. It just if you just remember the "Not Guilty" song, the Kyle Rittenhouse song he did, the song is good, you know. But the video, I gotta say, I think was a touch better. It's just the quality of his stuff. But anyway, let's focus on the bars. Go. We're in the cell. Not forget these captions. And here he comes with the beat drop. Mm. Sorry, it just briefly caught my attention, but I'm pretty sure he's wearing that tight tank top on purpose. Sorry, with my mind, Tyson. I know you're a dude. I'm a dude too. I'm straight, but I'm just saying. My mind's also remembering that video came out with that lady, guy, with giant nipples protruding from his top recently in a shop class in Canada, and just while getting that trauma out of my mind, just catching a glimpse, I was like, "All right, Tyson, I'm sure it's for the ladies." But anyway, just joking. But yeah, this song, the lyrics of it sound very churchy, I gotta say. Like when pastors get on the pulpit and they don't have many sinners to preach to, so to speak. So sorry, not what am I talking about? They don't have many I remember, all right, a pastor in my old church would say, there's no there are no unsaved people in church today, so I'm gonna chastise my regular coming congregation. What I'm trying to say is that he's talking about, you say you have faith, and then he's talking about people who do things that were to suggest they don't. So it sounds like he's talking to people who are taking life for granted, but who actually claim to be Christians. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but you know, eh, I guess yeah, this is a necessary message, especially today when you got disgusting acts of atrocities happening across America, like that disgusting person who bludgeoned and throttled a lady in an airport, and Melinda understand it, a mother of five. Now she can't see out of one eye. Well, I hope she can get that vision back. But I personally hope, while we're talking on the topic of death row, that that man gets the worst punishment possible, especially if she were to succumb to uh, worse fate or not and not recover. That yeah, seriously. If not that, if while we're dealing with this turnstile, life being a big wheel, turnstile justice system, criminal justice, not victim justice, as Janine from the Five on Fox would say. Um, while we're dealing with that, you know, I think we should at least have a system in place where you can sue the establishments or the companies that have insufficient staff. I mean, sorry, customer protection. You know, to allow something like this to happen, and that's that. Forget security cameras. If you're not gonna, you don't want to prosecute after. I'm not just interested in prosecuting after the judges had to say, like Bryson's talking about right here. Not Bryson, Tyson's talking about right here, but prevention. You know, and consequences for those who did not heed the word to respect life, as is our charge. Anyway, enough of this preaching of mine. Anyway, let's let Bryson go on. Tyson, what'd you make, people? Ah, you got tats. I Reminds of Officer Tatum. I'm sure you wouldn't. Anyway, never mind. Enough. Um, Psychoanalyzing everything. Um, but God bless him. Anyway, that was a weird comment to make. Verse 2. Well, I gotta say, why are they wearing this mask? At least it's not one of those nonsense M95s. I all right. The reason, all right, the reason I pause to talk about the tattoo and all that stuff is that you're wondering if the ego is kind of getting seeping into his performance quite a bit. But hey, he's a rapper, Christian first rapper next day. But I guess um, he's just keeping it real. What do you make, people? Do you think he should get the tattoos lasered off? Anyway, anyway, people, let's go. Interesting. Look, man, talking about politics and Republicans, yes, I understand. Talking about the Edos, he's already gonna say the word, so what's the point of shying away from it? Pedophiles. Talking about these people, who are, of course, um, in the spotlight at the moment, as society is shining a light on who are the actual dangerous people in society that we ought to that we ought to just actually investigate rather than who who propaganda would have us investigate, i.e., innocent people. One thing I gotta say is, I guess it's always a good point to. No, I think it's always a better strategy to, of course, um, parallel any condemnation the with reward. uh, when alternative action happens, it's a bit like a preacher. I think a man called Pat from the a Valuetainment channel said once, there are two kind of preachers who tend to take a dramatic approach. So there are two dramatic approaches of most preachers take when they want to bring people to the pulpit in church during the altar call section or session, or during the overall message. One pastor says, "You better believe what I'm saying, or you're going to go to hell." And then you got the other preacher who says, "If you follow this pathway, there's a lot of there's a beautiful reward waiting for you." But I guess right now, it's not to say Tyson's not about that. He is definitely preaching a message of hope, which is what I love about him and patriots alike, other patriots alike. We're not just Rage Against the Machine rebels like Mister David, David Icke kind and so on. But we actually have a target where we're going, respect and pride for the country and everything, and that's a sound mind, a mind that can find peace on earth. But I guess at times like this, when so much criminality is so rampant, as the scene I described earlier, one just needs to bring our attention to the fact that justice is coming for the perpetrators. And yeah, a song like this is what we need. He's got other songs that talk about the promised land, if you will, and then he's got songs like this for when people are getting too familiar with crime and thinking they want to try crazy stuff out. They need to know what's waiting for them on the other end. Anyway, let me know what you think about his message. It's very interesting because on the surface level, it sounds like tyranny and authoritarianism, saying "bow to me or die," and this is what drove a lot of liberals. People just normally once upon a time and then decided to choose a political side, and they thought they'd be liberal because they thought there's more freedom there on that side, if you will. Um, the reason a lot of a big part of the reason why people are turned is because they've thought, you know, if essentially they've made a false equivalence with um, authoritarianism and spirituality, or peace, spiritual peace, such as what the Bible actually talks about. The Bible talks about the whole myriad of experiences that humanity has on Earth and so on, psychologically, and as it's played out. But uh, what 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 they failed to recognize, because again, a lot of preachers and pastors and religious teachers, they tend to get egotistical and love to try and compete with other preachers, literally. And it's a bit like the pastor who got robbed of his excessive jewelry recently, on TV, on live recording. Um, when these people give spirituality a bad name, Christianity a bad name, do their very do as I say or suffer the consequences rhetoric, people just naturally get this sense of don't tell me what to do, and then they turn away from what would otherwise be a message that could actually lead to a better life, all because somebody has told them. Hell is waiting for those who don't agree with me and see things my way. Uh, just in a similar way, people have taken issues with people on the left. I've heard a guy on a channel I used to watch 2 years ago before this. Got red pilled. Called the Ring of Fire. He's a bald guy. He'd say like nobody should have $1 billion. Nobody should be a billionaire. And I realized the left had this idea that let's rage against the machine, or let's be these. It'd be like a lot of the rappers were in the old days. We thought that when we stick it to the man fight and be rebels, and fight against the establishment. They thought that that means fight against any billionaire. So when Trump came in, they said, "Oh, he's a billionaire. He must be terrible." No, no, no. You know, to think that um, wealth is a bad thing is an error, and all that is waiting for you in the wealth that is, you know, such spiritual teachings such as the Bible. That is nothing to do with authoritarianism. So it's a very interesting message. I just sorry to went on this tangent. I just wanted to say this. It's been a while since I've been reacting. All this is to say, these messages are not threats; they're warnings. So I understand what, long story short, I understand what Tyson's saying. He's saying if you don't repent, which is to turn from your evil ways, not to bow to me, then you will continue to experience destruction in the ultimate form, as he's saying right here. But there is happiness on the other side. But anyway, let the song play for itself. Oh no, there is a way that seems right to man, but in the least of death. Wow, exactly what I was talking about. Don't get it twisted. Men lie. Men have egos, but God, the way of life, which is just love. If you can't understand what God is, or energy that can't be created or destroyed, you know, love that doesn't bother to lie. What's it got to lie for? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, people. Where we go on, we go all. Peace.